All right. Cool. Wednesday, January 21st, 9:15 a.m. EST. And an interesting day, interesting week ahead. We had, I think Trump's still speaking, which of course is going to influence our session a lot. Like if Trump says something funny, we're going to see funny movement. So I'm very curious how that will play out. Um, First of all, let's take a quick peek at the news. Of course, of Trump speaking. It's not the correct Forex factory. Let me quickly fix that this week. There we go. Cool. A lot of news. So today we have Trump speaking at 8:30. Well, we're doing it right now. There is tomorrow 8:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. news. That's very nice. What you will see, you can write this down for your notes, is if you have 8:30 and 10 a.m. news, you most likely see that 8:30 is a sweep or leave a swing high or low, and 10 a.m. will deliver. So 10 a.m. will be the push. I see that happening a lot of times. We have JPI rates. Not too much crazy news, to be honest. So it's Trump is the interesting one for now. But with this price action, yeah, it could mean that we're gonna see a pre-open trade, which I usually don't do. You do. Good evening. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm currently in Vietnam. But for me, it's 9:15 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. It's 12-hour difference with New York. Because you can see it execution as well. I took trades here on this was a demo trade. I didn't take it. I took yesterday. I took a trade that was a stop loss. But I still think we can reach this. And what is this? This is that massive new week opening gap here. Like it's so obvious that we want to trade there. So I'm just looking for a nice reason to trade there. And let's see if that reason is going to be given today. Would be nice, especially with this price action now. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think we are done with the downside yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Below the current structure on Nasdaq, there is also a daily bullish fair value gap and a daily volume balance. And after today's candle, very important, we could see a potential daily bearish fair value gap being created. But that's only after today's candle close. So today is a pretty important day for the higher time frame bias, which is pretty nice. So what I mean by that, if this candle, the current daily candle, it's pretty crowded here on the chart. I'm going to make it a little bit cleaner. So right here, let's remove that. There we go. So if today's candle, I'm going to draw it out with a new candle. Here we go. Cool. So if today's candle, for example, is going to be a big displacement candle, so we're going to have like a crazy up move today. If that happens, then there's no bearish fair value gap created right here. And it also hints we're probably going back to the highs here. If today is not a bullish day and we are like or ranging or bearish, then we create that fair value gap here. And that's interesting for our high time frame bias. I think the open will give us already maybe a trade idea. Would be a long towards the new week opening gap. It's the green line right here. As you guys know, Trump is pretty unpredictable. And also in the 15 minutes. So this could be, depending on how we are going to trade, this could be a very quick idea already. If that's created, it could look like this. Something like this. So 15 minutes busy at the open. And then pushing higher. Let's see if that's created or not. And if that's created, then I'm definitely getting in there. So now it's waiting to closer to the open. You follow me for a while. I don't trade before the open. I analyze before the open and I press the button after. Yes, I see this. I see this 5 minutes busy being respected right here. I do. But if that's the case and it goes higher, it's not my model, which sucks right? Because I love making money, as everyone here as well. But then I will just not be in. Same trade for YM right here. Cool. Let me know in the chat, guys, if there's any other pairs you want me to go over. And of course, if you agree with this idea, if you think like, hey, this is also what I'm looking at, or you look at something else, let's open the discussion a bit. Gold is also, in my opinion, ready for some retracement. It's up only for this week so far. I'm going to enter a trade competition soon, which is only commodities. So gold, silver, oil, copper. Also going to look at those, but so far I haven't found trades on that. It's mainly this NASDAQ. Yeah, it's from Trade Flow again. Yes. Hey, Jean. Welcome, welcome. Solo dose. Trump still rambling. He loves that. Yeah, and it would suck if if now just Nasdaq and is go to the New York opening gap like now before the open. That would suck because I'm hunting for that setup for a few days now. But hey, it's just patience, patience, and following the plan. So I went to the bookstore today. I'm just gonna talk about books because I have nothing to share. I'm waiting, and hopefully Nasdaq is not going higher. I was in a Vietnamese bookstore, and I bought. Where's my camera? There. This book. It is Principles. from Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is one of the biggest hedge funds managers in the world. I think he owns or manages like over a trillion. If I'm correct, like at least like hundreds of billions, even trillion. And he lives his life according to principles or to rules. I have that too. Like I really, really like not per se like rigid, like oh you need to do this, you need to do that, and if not, you are a loser. Not like that, but I like to live my life according to some rules, some guiding principles where I can just test if I'm still on the right track. And I think this book, Principles from Ray Dalio, could come in handy. It's a really nice book. Like it even has like its little cover thing here. So tomorrow at the beach, I got something to read. I'll let you guys know. And if training doesn't work out, I'm just gonna start a book club. No, I'm joking. If training doesn't work out, I'm probably gonna train service dogs. That's the dream of mine. I really love that. Like those dogs for blind people or for people with that are anxious, and then the dogs help, like they go in a cuddle and stuff. Such amazing thing. That's probably a side quest I will do in my life later. And of course, becoming a professional poker player, all on the side quest list. I think that's a pretty powerful thing to do if you have like some time to spare. Is to think about seasons of your life. Like no, it doesn't matter if you are 20 or 30 or 50 or 60, 40. I just skipped 40. I don't know why. And just see like, okay, are there can I do something in another season? So for example, in this season, I'm a full-time trader, I'm making my money, doing all the cool stuff. But maybe there will also be a season in 5 or 10 years from now where I am in solitude, alone, living as a monk, or as a professional poker player, or as a gamer, or whatever identity you want to give yourself. Or doing going to Africa, doing charity work, or there's so many different side quests you can go on. Olympics, nice. Actually, yeah, I trained today as well. I do. Uh, it's going pretty well. Also a side quest. If it ever becomes an Olympic sport, I'm probably gonna attend. Cool. Okay, but jokes aside, I'm of course just rambling until the market open, which we will have in 1 minute. And I'm curious to see. Um, Before this stream, I had a call with my students, some of my students, and I told them the same. The higher time frame buys, if we, for example, gonna zoom out on the 4 hour, is not super clean. Like I can see us going both back to this low, and I can see us going to the Newark opening gap. I can see us doing both. And I think the open, they could give us a nice hint to where we are going. It's nice, a nice visual here between red and green. So then I'm curious, inside that 15 minutes busy, if we disrespect that and we trade lower, I might see us going towards the red line. If we trade into it and then it respects it, we could be good for longs to the Newark opening gap. So the question, should we be looking for sells or buys? I'm pretty neutral right now. But it could change based on what we're gonna see in the coming few minutes. So that's why I'm just chilling, and I always feel, is Trump speaking, we have like a little joker that's coming in, like, oh shit, 300 points the other way because there's another bullshit tariff announced or something. Um, so for example, now we traded into, we did tap the 50-minute busy. Don't see more reaction from that. What I think is causing the massive spike with gold, tariffs, trade wars, war in general, both like the Greenland stuff and the tariffs. Like in times of insecurity, big money looks for safe havens. It is gold, metals. Probably in the future, you will see similar price action on Bitcoin as well. I think Bitcoin is too young of an asset, so it doesn't have that now. But it will come a similar. Give a like, everyone. I think that's an amazing idea. So again, for the bias, I see us going to both to here, to the new opening gap, but also to the old low, December low. And I'm curious, do we respect this 15-minute busy to go higher or lower? That's I'm gonna use this array for my bias for intraday trades. What times am I trading? Morning. Like I'm now in I'm living in Vietnam. So for me, it's I think the reason why I like Asia is now it's 9:30 p.m. in the evening. So my New York session is in the evening after dinner. My London session is in the afternoon, like 2 3 p.m. after lunch. And Asia is in the morning when I wake up. So I can trade all sessions, which is a curse and a blessing because if you are not careful, you are trading all sessions and they're just an addict to the chart. I don't do it. So I limit myself to the New York AM. I cannot trade the PM session. PM session is when I'm asleep. And sometimes when I'm in a trade, I will stay up the PM session. So that means I will go to bed when the market closes, and that's 4:59, so 5 a.m. for me, 5 p.m. New York time, 5 a.m. my time. So sometimes I have broken nights because of that. But that's like the price I'm paying for living here. I'm good with that. I embrace that. But I make the most money now, like here on the New York session. That's what my data says. I also make money in London. I also make money in Asia, but the most money I make is in the New York AM. Trading the 10 a.m. game, which we're gonna do today as well. You guys can just follow along. First few minutes has been quite pretty quiet. I don't like the 7 a.m. low to be honest as well, so I'm just gonna wait here. A short on gold. Let me take a look. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Let me see. But this 4 hour busy looks like a nice target. Overlapping is also 1 hour busy. So here is 1 plus 4. Overlapping 1 and 4 hour busy. Then we have a 50-minute sippy right here. Could be. Well, you might want to wait for a candle close here, then take your entry here. I'm gonna be sure. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna touch gold shorts at all. Like I don't care if it goes lower now. I'm gonna be like a little little girl. I'm not gonna touch gold shorts now. If we and just by looking here at the daily, I'm not the person who is gonna be fancy and shorting the three biggest gold candles in a while. I just don't think that is what my trade plan loves to see. If I'm going over my journal and I need to explain this to my journal that I took a short in gold here, I think I'm gonna know what the answer is gonna be. And it sucks because if you see big moves on an asset, your brain does two things. One is I need to catch that long. You basically want to get in while you should not get in because it already moved so much. You need to wait for a retracement. And because you need to wait for a retracement, your brain is like, let's short because it's retracing, right? But you should do neither. Both is a bad idea. You should long in discounts, you should short in premium. But for now, this is such an overextension. We moved so much since the open. So yeah, like if you see your model, of course, press the button. But I'm not sure if it's the I'm not sure if it's the best idea. Okay, we have a reaction coming in on Nasdaq from the 50-minute busy right here. Inside the 50-minute busy, I would love to see a little change, say delivery or a value gap. This is nice. Cool. That means no entry. So for the bias today, this is the up bias, equal lows here and a new opening gap. The short bias is the red lines, the December low. I am open for both. And I'm using this 15-minute bullish fair value gap as the trigger. That means if we close lower than here, we're probably going towards the 7 a.m. low and maybe also to the December low. If we respect it, they're probably going higher and create some nice structure towards the failure swings here, towards the highs here. The name of the indicator. If you mean this cute candle here, is this one, power of 3. This one, high time power of 3. You click on that. It's the default is on daily. So you need to change that to 4 hour. Because what I'm doing is trade the 4 hour candle. I'm going to do that today as well at 10 a.m. If you go to the 4 hour right now, you will see that the 4 hour candle closes in 18 minutes at 10 a.m. Then a new 4 hour candle starts. And what we're basically going to do based on that candle, we could predict what the next candle is most likely going to do. What I'm now explaining, by the way, is my go-to model, the model that got me all my funding and money. So let's say if I'm predicting it's going to be a bullish candle, it opens here. I'm waiting for an open, then I'm waiting for price to drop lower to as a manipulation, say the low of the 4 hour candle, and then look for buy structures all in 1 minute. Buy structure, and I'm going to take my entry somewhere here. That's my game plan. So for now, and I can take this trade already before 10 a.m. Like I'm pretty flexible on that, but I want to see now inside that whole trade from the 10 a.m. game. Before that, we could already see a hint that we're probably going higher or lower based on how we close inside this 15 minutes bullish fair value gap. But for now, it's nothing special. There is a fair value gap here that could be inversed. Which we do. It is nice. Also means this is a nice lower time frame change state delivery, order block creation. If we close over it, of course. That means this one would be inversed. Now it's pink, it's inversed. So what I'm now seeing, for example, here in the 1 minute, is a liquidity sweep, short term. Then this bearish fair value gap got inversed. Then let's see in a few seconds, do we close over it? No. What we could see, and that's what I'm going to look for, is do we see a bullish fair value gap here? This already looks good. This is price now hinting that we might go higher. Still not an entry, but it's hinting. It's hinting. It's giving hints now. This is looking interesting. What I'm now waiting on is there's a few discount arrays, inversion for value gap, order block for value gap. I'm looking for one of them to be tapped in and be respected, yes or no. So new 4-hour candle at 10 a.m. Maybe we could see an entry before that already, depending on if this structure has now been created on the 1 minute based on basically this wick here on the 50 minute, this 50-minute bullish value gap. In this wick, if you see my wick video I shared last week, inside that wick, you have some lower time frame structure. And that's what we're going to look at right now. Inside that wick on the 50-minute, you see this on the lower time frame, which looks good. So I might shoot a first bullet based on what we're now seeing. So that would be like this for 1 to 3. And I'm going to give myself 2 bullets for this. Let me see how fast I can do this because TradingView changed this interface. I'm so bad at this. This should be good. Guess. Okay, let's do it. There we go. So this is a long idea based on the respecting of a 50-minute structure or 50-minute bullish value gap. This is before 10 a.m. So we could see this not being played out, which is fine as well. Then they're gonna look for a second bullet later. So again, before this trade idea, I already gave myself 2 bullets. So that means if this one doesn't play out, I'm gonna wait for an independent new trade idea. My risk management for today. If it does play out, cool. Then we make money and everyone's happy, and then we're just going to do something else with our day and enjoy having made money today. That's basically it. I can touch briefly on what's happening now in a trader's brain. So weird. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's like an emotional imbalance. So, for example, now you see the numbers going up and down the screen. It works both ways. It works when you're in profit, like now, but also when you're on drawdown. This is what the voice in your head is saying. This is for everyone, almost everyone the same. Now in profit, it's like, for example, it's now $400 in profit. I can go I can whatever buy this from this $400, or I can buy a plane ticket to my dream destination from this money. So I should take it off already before it reverses. I should lock in these profits. While your take profit is all the way up there. That's one voice in your head. The second voice in your head is when you're in drawdown, where it says minus 500. And for example, my stop loss is minus 1500. So for example, minus 500, my voice would then say, oh, but it's already minus 500 and it's probably going to minus 1500. So might as well take it off already. Take it off early, because then you only lose 500 instead of 1500 and you save that. Those are the two voices in your head that will always be battling, always. And that is, and I give my students frameworks for this. because it's super annoying. Like you just want to take your trade like this and like the set and forget and just chill and have a good time. I train myself for this. It took a long time, but I train myself for this. I frameworks for this. But if you are feeling those feelings, that you feel like shit, I want to take the trade off, and I don't want to lose the payer profits. And a very nice example of this was yesterday. Like yesterday, I took a similar long. Let me show you. And it happened. Like I wish I have taken it. Like I wish I listened to my monkey brain. But this is my yesterday trade. It was a loss. And it was pretty nice. It was a good trade idea. I think it was 15 minutes Sibi 10 a.m. game. Yeah, 15 minutes Sibi here or busy here and here. Very nice trade. Pretty happy with it. But it didn't work out. And then I should have maybe taken off right here. But that's a loser's game. It's a loser's game. It's just you take a trade because you think it will go up or down. In this case, I think it will go up. And then I take it. And then you just glue your hands or somewhere. You just do nothing. And that's the hardest part. Now doing nothing. And for me, these numbers are normal. A few years ago, these numbers were not normal. Then I would be like all over the place for $50 or $100. And now it's a few thousand bucks. I can tell from experience. It's similar trades, more contracts. It's nothing special. You also lose the whole tangible stuff of money, which is ridiculous. Like I used to earn like 2,500 or 3,000 euros on my job. Now I make that in a day, which is honestly ridiculous. Like it's very weird. I also lose it in a day. Don't forget this. I also also lose it in a day. But it will always be the same. So your voice will always be the same. You will always be not 100% sure because we are not 100% sure. Like for example now, and also yesterday's trade I just showed you. I think based on what I have seen in the market for the past 5 years, that this is a good trade. I think it's my opinion based on the structure it gave, blah blah blah. Doesn't mean I'm gonna make money today, guys. Like now is nice, but it could be in 10 minutes from now, it could go to stop loss, and they're like, okay, cool, next trade. We are speculating. That's all we do. Cool. I just uploaded a video to YouTube, which I will go put live in the coming few hours. It's a technical video about a topic I get so many DMs about, and it is the difference between a market structure shift and a change in the state of delivery. Because if you've been trading, especially ICT, you hear those also break of structure. You hear like the words break of structure, market structure shift, and change state delivery. You hear them like intertwined, like everyone is using similar or different. Which one to use and when? Like that was a question I got a lot, and I also struggled myself with for a long time. I was like, let's make a video about that. That will go live later. That will hopefully answer the question. And also, if we then go review this trade, if I would make the video again, I would put today's trade in that video because I took it on a change in state delivery, the trade, not on a market structure shift. So more on that later. I'll share more examples later. W's nice trade. I hope, Gissa. I hope. For now, it looks nice, but like, I will never be the person who's now going to cheer and flex. Like, my heart has been broken too many times by the market to be that naive. Like, I can show you yesterday's trade again. Like, I was already like, okay, nice trade, and boom, stop loss. So I will only be happy when I see that notification here on my screen, like the trade is closed and enjoy. Then I will be celebrating. For now, it's just waiting. Do I believe in EAs that make relatively small profits, like 3-5%? I think an EA that makes 3-5% is already pretty decent. I believe in EAs, yes. I think algos are the future. Like if you see where AI is going, of course, all those algos will become really good. But what I want to warn for is like having an algo or an EA or a bot, whatever you want to call it, is not like a money printer. Just like you as a trader need a lot of work to become a better trader, an algo also needs to be trained based on changing market conditions. Because if you, for example, now look at the Nasdaq for this week, if you compare it to a random week in November, it's pretty different. And it has to do, for example, that the higher time frame was trending, and now it's pretty consolidating. It's pretty ranging for the past couple weeks. Some weeks the ranges are bigger and smaller. There are so many different variables you need to train an EA on to make it really good, and not only really good, but really good for a long time. I was in London and at a trades mastermind a couple weeks ago in December, and I was talking with a guy who is running a hedge fund with algos, and he had like 25 million under management. And I asked him the same question, like same question as you, Carmen. Like, I want also the infinite money glitch. Tell me how this works. And he told me that he had like 13 different algos running, or no, he had 13 different algos who were never always on at the same time. Like I think 3 max or 4 max at the same time based on certain market conditions and also certain pairs. And I was like, oh, there's like a whole different layer to this game. And also when I was in Malaysia, I was for a month in Malaysia living with entrepreneurs in October. Also spoke to a guy who did that. Not he worked for a firm who was doing that. It was a crypto firm. Similar story. Like the algos will work, but they need still to be developed and learned. And there's a lot of maintenance and development in those algos. So next time you see like an advertisement, and I get targeted as well for those advertisements. Oh, pass your funded account with EA, or my bot makes me this money per month. It might be true for that specific month, but you need to be very skeptical for long term results. There are algos out there, of course, who do that, but they will first they will probably not be sold by a coach. Because with all due respect, if I have an algo with all that fancy stuff and I can make whatever 10 million per month, why would I sell that for $100 per month? Or why would I sell it for a few K to others? That's pretty. I'm pretty skeptical for that. For the guru algos, basically. But the big banks, they don't trade manually. They have straightforward, but there's big algos running as well. So there's a whole different game, and I'm not into algos. A few of my students, my first students, are into algos right now, who are developing that. It's 10 a.m. by the way. One sec, I will talk more about EAs, but I want to show the 10 a.m. game with you guys now. And a very valid point, Kissa. Okay, I will touch on these as well. I love that question. Okay, so based on the previous candle, sweep liquidity, close bullish. I think we are going to see some bullish price action coming in based on the previous candle, 4-hour candle. So step one, the bias, I would say, is going to be a green candle, at least towards these highs. I'm of course pretty biased because I'm in a trade already. If you then look at this candle, we could retrace because we are about to create a massive fair value gap. Like this. On the 15 minutes, we're also creating a fair value gap. So if you're not in, like, I think we could retrace a bit. So, don't get me wrong, I wanted to go up only. So my bias is up only. No. But the bias is, I think, is pretty strong to the upside. But I'm okay with it staircasing up. So we're gonna retrace and do this. And from a 10 a.m. game perspective, this is gonna be very nice. Remember what I showed you about if you expect a bullish candle, which we now do. Let me see, a bullish candle. Then we open. We just did that at 10. And there needs to be a wick created. Like this. Like this. So right here, if you see the indicator, It's not a pretty nice wick. I don't like that. So it would make sense if you're going a little bit lower and then go higher. I don't want that, of course. I want my trade to be go up and crazy. So maybe we do, but that's like how I'm. This is the technicals I use as well to also not feel very stressed in the trade. So if it goes against my position now, I'm just hoping it's gonna create that wick of the 4-hour candle and just trade higher. And what helps for this trade idea is that there's a clear draw on liquidity. It is the new wick opening gap. So cool. To this 10 a.m. game. If you want to learn more about a 10 a.m. game, on this channel, there is like 10 a.m. game checklists. Also in the description here of this stream, you can find a link to the market maker blueprint. It's literally all the technicals I know explained in detail. Might as well check it out. It's free. Like, I don't know why you shouldn't check it out. Definitely do it and grind your ass off and study it. Okay. But back to the algos, because like the trade is taken. Quickly take a look. I see some people taken a YM. Let me quickly see how that is. Oh, nice. Had US 30 trades, but you're still one of my best trading days. Amazing, Gissa. Let's go. Awesome. Congrats. Well done. Yeah, YM is going as well. Cool. It looks like the indices are going to their respective new week opening gaps. I said the same yesterday, did not happen. So I don't know. We'll see. But my trade and bias is based on that today. Let's see if it wants to go higher. We're gonna keep this on. Yeah, so I was talking about my opinion on algos, on EAs, but because I don't know a lot about algos, I am automatically more skeptical. If there's someone who has been in algos for 20 years, he's gonna tell me, look, like, Dion, don't worry, this and this and this. Similar how I would talk to someone who is skeptical about trading. I would tell them, please be skeptical about trading because it's really, really hard. But once you overcome that hardship, it is still not easy, but it's definitely possible to make money, especially with prop firms. That's like the biggest cheat code, prop firms, because you can just use more money without risking more money. So we in that case, we live in like a very nice era for trading. It's hard to find proper EAs. Yeah, but you know, it's the same how people think about mentors. Yeah, similar about mentors. Like, for example, what I what I see a lot of my comments is like, it's so funny. It's the if you make so much money for trading, why do you have a mentorship and you sell that? Why not give it away for free? I'm pretty neutral on that. Like, I paid for mentors too, um, for one simple reason: there is someone who is on a level I want to be at, and I respect their time. Like, they are not volunteers. So they need to charge money. That's because their time is worth something, and it's probably worth a lot because they are on a higher level than you, and they are giving you your time so you can learn to make more money. I paid so much money for mentors because of that, because I wanted to step up. If you don't want to step up, it's fine. Like, don't pay for a mentor. Like, you don't need it. But I think paying, like, don't pay for courses. Courses is bullshit. Like, you can find almost everything for free. Like, just grind my YouTube and you can learn everything about ICT, for example, and about psychology and all that stuff. But a mentor who can just literally look at your trades and say, hey, when I was in your shoes, when I made all these mistakes, I did X, Y, and Z to fix the shit you are now dealing with. I would pay money for that, 100%. That's why I do. That's why I charge money too. Like, I'm okay to give me your to give you me your time, but my time costs money. Yeah, it's like an investment in yourself. And the cool part is, once I get a DM or a comment with someone saying that, I would never help them. I don't care about it. The thing is, I don't need your money. If I'm going to help you, of course, you need to pay. I don't need it to survive. So that means if you're gonna be a little bitch about it and just you make money, so why don't you use it for free? I will never help you because it says me a lot about your mindset, your mentality. You apparently don't respect others' time. And if everything was free, I would also take it. But that's how it works. Like that's how the system works. If you want to buy someone's time, mentor, you need to pay for it. Cool. Okay, long rant. Um, but the whole reason why there's hundreds of videos on this YouTube channel is because I love to do things for free. Like the things that are on this YouTube channel and the things I push in my videos are stuff I paid money for in courses before. And I like doing that. I like to give a lot of value. But if it's my time, like one-on-one time, of course, I'm gonna charge for it. Um, hard to find proper EAs. Yes, but I think if you look hard enough, and like I believe in the less someone markets his algo, probably the better it is. But I don't know. Like I have zero knowledge about EAs. Like I did not like, about trading. I know a lot, obviously, but about algos, I have no clue. So you can charge me, or you can charge me. You can ask me a lot of questions, but I will not be able to answer them. Mm, 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 mm. Do I do break even? Yes, but not as it's a little unorthodox. What I do is I go break even when the trade is 80% towards TP. Not 70, not 60, 80% towards TP. The reason for that is I know my trigger, like I'm human too. When the price is so close to TP and it would go reverse all the way down, I will be tilted. Like I will just be not very happy. So close to the money, boom, loss. So to avoid that, I do move my stop loss to break even once it's 80% there. So if it's 70, so for example, yesterday, I'm gonna show you again. Yesterday sucked because yesterday it wasn't, it was so close. It was like what like I think it was 75 or something. Like here, it is not 80 and it sucks. I'm not happy with it. But it's not, it's just not there. It's not my rule. So I wish I could have put it to break even. I didn't. Um, so here as well, if it's, I think it's around here ish, I'm gonna move my stop to break even. If it reverses now, it's gonna be very painful, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna sit there suffering. Exactly, it's part of the game. I have a long unused 30 open a little earlier than the Nest 10 a.m. trade you took. Almost identical. Amazing, Carmen. Let's go. Amazing. That's great. Probability game. For example, you were saying, let's say someone is making big bank on EAs and sells it for less. Yes. Yeah, unironically, I would say the more someone charges for the algo, the more I would trust it. Is that weird? I would trust it more. If I would need to pay 20K for an algo, I would trust it's working. If someone charges $100 for it, I'll be nah, you're scamming me. I respect your time. It's normal to be paid for a job. Yeah, yeah. What do you charge for a one-on-one lesson for an hour? I don't do that. For a simple reason, I cannot fix your trading in an hour. I wish. If it would be possible, I would definitely. It needs at least a few weeks, ideally a few months of working together, because you not only need to work on your trading in the background, like the data building, a little bit of back testing, working on yourself as well outside of the charts. That takes longer than an hour. But also, you need to take live trades. You need to make mistakes. Um, so when I work together with people one on one, it's for many months because then I can actually make an impact and actually change. So I don't like if I'm gonna charge for an hour, I don't like that. Like because I know already I'm not gonna change too much on your trading. I can give you some frameworks, but then it's not. Then it's more just me pushing my frameworks in your face than me actually helping you like one on one as a coach. Then I'll probably just say like, "Hey, these are some videos you need to watch. Use this and this and this, and good luck." And I don't. That's not my way of coaching. I like to be like involved and actually like I really want people to succeed. Like my students hopefully confirm that. Like I really want you guys to win. That's the whole reason why I do it. Because how fun is it to just press a few buttons and hopefully make money? It's such a fun game we're playing. Okay, it's 10:13. We are about to create a 15-minute busy, so I'm expecting that to create that low of the 4-hour candle. This one. So from a 10 a.m. game perspective, I think we can do this. Let's move this so that we do. Remember the AMD, the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That is what I'm now seeing on Nasdaq. Already found someone who's an algo. I'm testing Q1. Nice, nice. I got many DMs about people who want to promote algos. Like, nah, you're not gonna use my Discord or my people for this. I'm pretty protective of that. But I hope it works. Like, Giza, if it works, please send me a DM. I would love to take a look, of course. Just to remind you of the 500-page IST. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's my bad. I totally forget that. I remember you were asking me on the stream last week. Yeah. Um, I cannot make up an excuse. I just forgot. I wish I had a nice excuse, like, oh yeah, this and this. No, nope, I forgot. I'm gonna put it again on my list. One sec. I use Elko as well. Personal capital, steady 3-4 per month. Oh, nice. That's cool, Carmen. What's the cost for mentorship? It's now closed. Like, I've been closed for a long time. I'm gonna open spots actually soon. A few spots, not much, like few. Um, Karma, can you send me a DM on Instagram or on Discord? When did it click for me? Ooh, that took so much longer than I'm proud to admit. It took almost 3 years, 2-3 years, and it didn't click because of technicals. Like I've been to law school. Like I know how to study. I'm not dumb. So I was like, okay, if I'm gonna study all those IST videos and buy a few courses, and then I'm probably gonna make money. Well, no, I lost so much. No, when it clicked for me, again I use mentors for this. Um, what clicked for me, like what was my biggest downside, what my biggest risk, what held me back a lot was my ego, my pride. I think also a bit of insecurity of losing. And I had some people who helped me with that, who gave me some frameworks and worked with me on those frameworks one on one, so that I could stop basically self sabotaging. I think that's a nice word to describe what I was doing. Um, because if Um, like for example, my path went to law school, had a good job, cool life. Like I could be a lawyer, I could be a consultant, I could do like traditional cool life. Everyone is like, "Oh, that is so cool." So all your life for years, you hear you're so cool. Not in that exact words, but you know it. Like people think like, "Oh, lawyer, pretty cool." But that is the worst thing you can have when you're gonna go trading because the market doesn't give anything about what you are, what your background is. It just takes your money as easy as it gives you, like, or vice versa. It gives you money as easy as it takes it. So I need to remove that. I was just like I call it now dancing with Nasdaq, but I was just a little bitch of the market. Like I was just addicted. Like I was staring at this charts all day. And once I stopped doing that, and I think also sharing my trades in public helped with that a lot. Um, because if I'm gonna share my trades with hundreds of people, it might as well be very good trades because I'm not gonna blow my $1 million or whatever funding or payouts or accounts in public. Like that's embarrassing. I might as well take good trades, and it helps a lot as well. I call it accountability content because you share your trades with the world. The world's watching, so you're not gonna do stupid stuff a lot. If anything to help with mental or emotional side of trading, well, I'm pretty dialed in right now. Like, I don't have like actively like now a coach or a therapist or something now, because I know my triggers. Like, it took a lot of time, but I know what my triggers are. I know when I'm going on tilt. I know when I'm being stupid. Um, so that is nice. So no, I don't have. Um, oh, wait, do I have anything? Of course, for you. Sorry, I'm talking about myself. Um, I would start with having at least 30 days of data on your trading. That means trades taken with screenshots. That means for every trade, it needs to be journaled. Did you follow your plan? Is there a plan? Like there needs, of course, need to be a plan. If XYZ is happening on the chart, then I press the button. For example, today, this is my model. Like I shared like literally, okay, this looks nice. When we were right here, I said, no, we could probably take a trade soon. And it did. And now we are in a trade. Follow my plan. Um, so did you follow the plan? But especially, how did you feel? Did you feel calm, anxious, stressed? How did you feel? 30 days. If you have those 30 days and review that, you can already see some patterns like, hey, when I was really tired or really stressed, I took all my losses. Or it could even be vice versa. Maybe you are a person. I have a few students who have this. Some people are better under stress. So when they are sleep deprived, heavily stressed out, they take better trades, which I think is not very normal, but some people have that. I think the normal profile will be the calmer you are, the rested you are, the better trades you take. But you need to have data on it. Uh, so I would say that's start with that, and that is pretty easy. Collecting those 30 days. It's literally like, for example, now after the trade session, it takes like 3 minutes to do this, maybe less, and then do it for 30 days. When did I go from drawdown trading to break even into profitable trading? It went in cycles. So I'm not there's not like a day or a month. I was like, now it clicks. I think I'm going the normal trajectory, like most profitable traders who were first funding, blew it, then they get funded again, get a payout, blew it again, then gets funded, payout. Second payout, maybe third payout, blew it again, and like a cycle, and it goes higher and higher and higher. But I'm not sure. Like it was around like the 3 year mark that started to happen. Like, hey, why am I locked out? That's weird. Let me check. Come on, a sec. So it's not like I'm still here, and I need to log in again on my broker. And also keep in mind, being profitable is not an on or off switch. It's a continuous process. So that means if I'm now profitable, but I am going to start over leveraging and over trading, I'm not going to be profitable. Like I'm not going to make money. So I like to talk more about having profitable weeks, months, quarters. Expires in 24 hours. But like I logged in like before stream, so it's like an hour or two. Not sure. What about to take another long? There's 10 a.m. game. Um, I'm not taking another position. Like I'm good in this position. I'm not gonna like. Why would I be at risk of like this? That'll be greed for me. I'm not gonna do that. Um, but yeah, if you're not in, I think this is a nice area in price where we could move away from. Yeah, especially if you see how clean we moved away from this 15-minute bullish reveal gap from the entry. And I really want to emphasize, guys, if you are not sure what I did here about this structure from the entry is literally what I explained in one of my recent videos about wicks. Right here, in this wick on a 50-minute, we had a very clear 1-minute structure. And I'm not sure, but my videos about wick, there's not many viewers. I don't understand it because it's one of my most powerful frameworks. So I'm gonna give you guys one more chance. No, of course, no. Watch it whenever you want, but it's so powerful. Like, look at this. Look at the number. Like $2,400 based on a wick, 1 wick. The video is called "How to Catch Reversals Using Wicks." I'll send you DM on Discord. Okay, cool, Carmen. I will wait for your DM. Yeah, the whole YouTube and content creation game is it's so funny. Talk about this on Friday with my students. I told them I put so much love and time in those technical videos. But once I make a video about how much money I made, that's all the views go to that video. It's a loser game. It's so funny. Like my views on my videos and paired with the topic, I can see why there's so many people losing money. They only care about the wins. Like, oh yeah, made $8,000. Oh yeah, let's watch that. Instead of, hey, what is the process behind that $8,000? Maybe you should focus on that. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I to judge, right? Not trader, I'm a risk manager. That's a nice way to put it. Yeah. Because I'm between break even and profitable. It's a nice cycle to be in because that means you're very close, which is nice. This is 3 with 2 words. Cool. So we are at a similar point as yesterday in the trades, where we are very close, but not there yet. So please don't celebrate too early. And yes, I'm gonna be the party pooper. I'm gonna do that. It's just naive if you say like, "Oh yeah, it's almost there." You're probably gonna make money. So boring. We should be out by now. I'm not sure if I agree because it's a 250 point trade. It's pretty big trade. But I'm pretty happy that I'm catching this one because yesterday was not very nice. Yesterday was teasing. Cool. So it's now 10:30. Let's regardless of how long this trade takes, let's review the stream. And that's also maybe a good thing to do also as a like a routine for yourself, because like this of course only on Wednesdays, but it's what I like to do always with my trading. I will answer the questions after that. So before the stream, and I'm gonna do it here on this Nasdaq because otherwise you see the numbers go up and down, and that's not good. I said we have two different points we could trade towards today. One is the December low, and one is the new week opening gap, the green or the red line. I was very neutral on that bias. Before the open, we created a 15-minute bullish fair value gap, similar neutral bias. And I said, I'm going to use this 15-minute bullish fair value gap as my trigger for or longs or shorts. That means if price trades into the fair value gap and disrespects it, I'm going to go short. Oh, I'm going to go short towards the December low. If we move away from that 50-minute bullish value gap, this, I'm going to look for longs. And the second scenario obviously happened. How we do that is what I like to do is around 10 a.m. Today was earlier. We're just going to chill at the lower time frame. Ideally, I like to use the 1 minute for this. So fifth time frame alignment. I hope you guys seen in my time frame alignment video. If I would make that video again, I would do this. I would include this exact example. Probably gonna do it in a later video. You're gonna see this exact trade because it's a nice example. So we wait for price to come back into a key level. So here again, I'm not sure if I'm going long. Like it could just create massive bearish for value gaps and I'm gonna go short. I want price to show me. Like you hear that something on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever you get your education from or YouTube. Like the trade needs to come to you. I think this is a pretty nice example of this. So you wait for, I like to wait for bigger candles. So for value gaps. We had one here. I didn't like it. Especially now. That's very nice. Cool. Now there's a bearish fair value gap created. Right here. Trade into that. And we disrespect it. We inverse it. That already hints that we probably want to go higher because inverse, it ignores a bullish value gap. A bearish value gap. So cool. Order block also created. And I'm going to release a video about a change in state delivery. That is right here at the order block creation. So you don't need to understand this now, but make sure you watch the video I'm going to release later today. And then I took my entry, I think in this candle, 946 or 947. I should take a look. And then, oh, well, you guys have seen it. Then I just go higher. Where to? To a clear draw on liquidity. There's a new wick opening gap. I already tried it yesterday, took a loss, but it's still there. And there is something called failure swings that are swing highs that do not take out other highs. That's here. Because of yesterday's price action, because of that heartbreak yesterday, this one, like it just reversed without going to new wick opening gap. That makes today's trade even easier because this is called low resistance liquidity. Because these highs do not take out other highs. Price loves to just go there and goes through it. That gives those nice, clean, big green candles you're now seeing. And these are the trades I love to take. Yesterday's delivery was already not very nice. You want to see this, like those green, those ridiculous green candles. Those are the most sexy, in my opinion. And that's it. And that's what I'm doing every single day. Every single day, I look for this. I got a question earlier. Do I have one setup? I have the 10 a.m. game, the one I showed you. That's my core model. So you should, like my model is like an onion. I'm just making this analogy up on the spot. 10 a.m. game is my core model. But around there are layers of nuances that could adjust my trading a little bit because of that. So for example, official 10 a.m. game, we should have waited until 10 a.m. for the entry, right? But there was another layer in this onion was activated. And also swing models. I like to swing the forex pairs, but I don't do that on stream. Like here on stream, what I make my most money on is this. Trade the New York Open, 10 a.m. game. Next week you will see a video, the onion strategy explained, and then I'm just going to make this. No, I won't waste your time doing that. I think we're gonna hit TP soon, so that's nice. That is nice. Cool. All right, guys. That was everything I had to share with you guys for today. I hope you enjoyed. Follow the plan. The plan came also nice for a stream. Like it could also be that we take a trade and it goes to stop loss immediately. We don't have control over that. Very patient stream, execution stream. If you made money or took a nice trade, make sure you share it in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, I'm not sure what you're doing. Join the Discord and flex your wins there, or ask questions and be active. 1 to 5, amazing. Share it in the Discord. I would love to see you guys win. That is why I do these streams. We talked about mentors and paying for courses and mentor, all this stuff, but I get the most satisfaction from seeing you guys win. That's why I do this. So I hope you did. And cool. Drop a big fat W in the chat if you enjoyed today. And have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. And hopefully in a few minutes, we're also going to see a full take profit on this trade. Cool. Have an amazing rest of your day and see you later.